Come spend the weekend with me. I had really wanted to get up and watch the sailing race to Mackinac Island. Unfortunately, the weather had other plans. It was pouring rain, so instead we decided to go shopping. We wanted to get a couple things. First, we went to REI. We were looking for a backpack, but I got distracted by these freaking Yeti Camino bags. If you've been on TikTok, they're like all over my feed right now. People are getting them for mom bags, all the things, but they're very heavy. And then I was starving, so we went to Wendy's. I needed a cheeseburger and a baked potato. So good. And then I ran over to Dick's because they have some cheap sunglasses, and sometimes you just need a pair of cheap sunglasses that are actually good, and I like those. Then we took Cooper out for a bike ride. We went all over the place. We stopped at boat docks. We just wanted to get some Diet Cokes and water, and we sat there for a little bit taking in the scenery, and then we continued on. I had ordered this special order seat for Cooper that goes in the back of my bike, but it's delayed for a while. So instead I got this liner. Well, not instead. Until then, I got this special liner and a harness and all the things. And then we stopped by Promontory Point, and this was Kurt's idea. He wanted to get a stake that goes into the ground and connect Cooper's leash. I had gotten him a 26-foot retractable leash so that he could run around a bit more when we're out and about, or when we're sitting down, somewhere. And tell me why this dog, he did run around, don't get me wrong, but tell me why he decided to come and lay on me. He jumps right on me. And I was like, Cooper, you're a dog. So I did convince him eventually to go lay in the grass for a little bit. And then this was so cute. This dog named Betty Boop came over, and they had the best time playing. They were so well matched. They wrestled, they played, they chased. It was the cutest thing. They were adorable. I loved this dog so much. And Cooper adored this dog. I was so sad, and Cooper was even sadder when Betty Boop had to continue on. He's like, why? Why are you going? Betty Boop's owner and I did exchange IGs, so maybe Cooper and Betty Boop can meet up again. Anywho, Cooper was very intrigued because someone off in the distance was setting off fireworks, so he turned around to watch them. People always ask if he's scared. He's not scared. But it was getting dark, and then we were going to go home, but we decided, why don't we go to Navy Pier and watch the fireworks? So we found a good spot, and all people around us too were like, is your dog not going to be scared? I'm like, absolutely not. But you also have to remember, since Cooper was a puppy, we have fireworks here every Wednesday and Saturday in the summer. So he has seen them twice a week, every week, during the season since he was a baby. And so he does not flinch at all. He watches them and seems to enjoy them, as do I. We finally went to bed, and the next morning we got up and we were all pretty tired. In fact, Kurt was having string cheese, which Cooper usually demands his cheese tax, and he didn't even get up, but Kurt's a sucker. So he brought his cheese tax over to him, and then once Cooper got a taste of it, he came over for the remaining cheese tax. Then we took our bikes out and we went over to Village Cycle Center because Kurt needed something done with his bike. While they were doing that, we walked over to Fireplace Inn to grab some lunch, and we ordered so much food. It was ridiculous. But I was so excited about the Sloppy Joe sliders, and Kurt did declare these the best wings he had ever had, which he is a connoisseur, so that says a lot. Then we brought over some mini donuts back to the Cycle Center because they have been so nice and so helpful. Then we went over to Pop Social. I was so excited about this. They were having a doggy party, and we hadn't been here, so we were also going to do a tour. I wanted to see if I wanted to become a member, which, spoiler alert, I did in fact sign up. This was so much fun. There were really fun dogs there. They had some of the agility stuff out, which I understand isn't out all the time. It was out for the party, but Cooper played and ran around. We looked at some of the different things. They have a retail space. They have a working space. They have a place where you can go and get beer, wine, all sorts of stuff. I don't drink any of that, but you can pay by the ounce or whatever, and a lounge. It's very cool, and it is just a really nice facility. They have a little splash pad for the dogs, which was so much fun. And I was telling Cooper to go in the tunnels and things, and he's like, what? It's hard? He was like, okay, sure. I don't understand why this amuses you, but okay. So it amused me. What can I say? I made him do it again. And then they had this thing where you're supposed to go weave in and out of the little pole thingies. So did I make him do that too? And he's like, I don't. Why do you care if I do this? I don't know, but I was amused. And we were there for a couple hours, and by the end, Cooper was pretty exhausted. He had so much fun, but he was like, yeah, I'm tired. So we put him back in the bike, and we decided to head over to Navy Pier. We decided to go to Harry Caray's while I was waiting for a table, though. I did get a crispy Diet Coke at McDonald's, and then we got seated and we had dinner here. Kurt decided to do a dinner of appetizers, and I decided to do the med salad, which was very good. I shared some of the chicken with Cooper. And then we got ice cream. Kurt loves the Ben & Jerry's here, so he went to get that, and Cooper was anxiously awaiting his return. And Cooper also got some ice cream, which he was very excited about. Then we just headed home. Have a great weekend.